Been organising this event now for about 20 years. It originally started by Duran Film Services way back in the 70s, and they used to be in the hotel called the Cliffs. Then they moved to the Savoy, and about 10 years ago they pulled the plug, and that's when I took over. We had it several years in the Cliffs, but as the event got bigger and bigger and bigger, it was limited to space really, so we opted to come here, and since we've been here it's gone better and better and better and better.
For many years, yes, and it's a highlight of a film collector's year, really.
It's the middle of the country, and everybody can come from the north, south, east, or west, you know, more or less, and you get everybody from everywhere.
Been a good attendance this year. Everything's gone well. There's been 5 more stalls this year selling films, so we've got 5 new dealers in. But overall, attendance figures are up. I don't know, probably maybe 30 or 40 or 50.
It's everybody's highlight, and you can find things here that you can't find anywhere else, so it's very good.
So I first came here in 1984 and I became completely hooked, and so I haven't missed one since. And so not only am I a regular supporter of this event, when the company that used to organise it, which was Duran Film Services in the West Midlands, sadly they went out of business in 2011, and that's when our current organiser, David Guest, stepped in to keep the event going. And what I did the following year was I revived the Saturday night dinner, which was quite an integral part of the event every year since 1985, I think. And so what I'm trying to do with that is make it a part of the weekend, partly to strengthen the overall impact of the Sunday event and cause people to come, but also as it's an event that attracts people from all over the UK, and we even have visitors from Belgium and Norway, it gives them something extra to do. And so some people who wouldn't choose to come if it was just a Sunday make a weekend of it. It's like having a little holiday at the same time as a film collectors convention. So last night we had over 60 people having a great 3-course meal with a raffle, quiz, and a film show afterwards. And so anybody who wants to really enjoy themselves and get away from it all for a whole weekend can now do so. For me, it's quite a hard-working start to the weekend, because I have trouble getting to bed on the Thursday night because I'm doing things like printing out place cards and finalising the guest list for the dinner. And so it's a relief for me to have got the dinner out of the way, and now I can relax more and buy some films and just be a bit calmer than I was up until last night.
I think a lot of people's found what they're looking for, because we've been going out with a lot of stuff. So I think they've enjoyed, I think everybody's enjoyed the soft today.
I think they've all enjoyed the shop. They seem to stop and chat with us, and they're all looking at everything. And I've noticed that quite a few are walking out with quite a lot of things, so they must have bought a lot of things and got what they wanted, you know. And that's actually what these are out for. It's like all conventions, really. You know, you only come to look to see what you can buy, because conventions have different things. You can't go to a shop and buy a lot of things what turn up at these type of places, you know, because enthusiasts bring bits what they finish with, what they've run and they've not used for years, so they bring them, and other people latch onto them. You know, they've wanted these articles they sell for years, and all of a sudden they come to places like these and they see them, and it's marvellous, because they think, God, you know, I just can't buy it anywhere else. or get it from anywhere else.
They come for a wonderful day out, and the atmosphere is very nice here. It's not threatening, it's very pally, and although it's a lot of older faces, we still get new ones as well.
In fact, today I had this quality of being one of the best I've been to, because I used to, years ago, I used to be further down the coast in another hotel called the Cliffs, and I used to work on a stall selling films, you know. Yeah, very nice today. I enjoyed everything. I just love everything. You know, it's one of those events, it only comes once a year, but in essence it's like Christmas.
I used to go as a customer, and when I retired, I saw a gap in the market, so I decided to open a small business up, and I'm the only full-time film business left in the UK now. Classic Home Cinema is based around film collecting and distributing those collectors' prints to customers all over the world. And we print film still, and we buy new and used films to resell to customers that you've met here today.
The films are very rare now. You know, you can't go to a photographic shop or a library and get these films. They're all held in somebody's private library, and they decide to sell try and find out what they're worth. So there are a lot of films here that you can't get anywhere else.
Yes, I made some nice finds, Disney prints that I've been searching for a long time.
Yeah, I've got a couple of reels, one of which this is a late 30s travel documentary. I was hearing about this guy who were traveling around to countries in the Middle East, and this is about Petra, which is that extraordinary ancient extraordinary ancient city, and it's a Technicolor print, and so the color should be perfect even though it's the late 30s. And this is a nice item for people like myself that collect dance films. It's a documentary, lasts about half an hour, about the Sadler's Wells Royal Ballet traveling around, and it's even got the brochure, which was produced so that people hiring this film from a library, they could read about what the film is about. And so that shows you the sort of nice item you can pick up that no point looking for a DVD copy of that. By collecting films, you have the chance to show people something a bit out of the ordinary that can be really fascinating. I like to find things that are a bit quirky and out of the ordinary, because although I have my own specialities, which tends to be horror, fantasy, science fiction, Hammer films, that sort of thing, I do have quite a lot in that vein, and you would be very lucky if you found a really great Hammer classic in an event like this, because those sort of prints don't turn up very often. And so I also do variety shows that programs last a couple of hours or so, sometimes for a good cause, and it's just nice to have a selection of shorts, quite a diverse range of subjects that gives people an interesting evening of unusual items.
I look for a lot of Disney films and stuff like that, you know, Tom and Jerry's. There's a lot of people who are into animation, you know, collecting cartoons and all that. I've found a copy of Hitchcock's Suspicion, an old black and white feature that he done many years ago, and Captain America, which is a pretty recent film, released by Classic Home Cinema there.
found some things which have been more beneficial because I run a film society. I've been doing that for nearly 30 years. And I found a couple of shorts which I can put in one of the shows, you know.
This might be one for the ladies, this one. Wandering Willies, in black and white. No. Wandering Willies, who'll stand up at a fiver? Wandering Willies, black and white, 800 foot. Front of the back, 6 anywhere. £6 9 bid. 7, 6, 7. £7 9 bid. 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. £30 once. 31. Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, Busting Loose, that's the one, yeah, I remember it now. £15. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 at the back, 14, 13, £13 9 bid, 14 anywhere, £13 9 bid, 14, 14 at the back, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18 anywhere, £17 9 bid, 18 anywhere, £17 going once, going twice. So, another one here, 2 big spools. Put that for a spool, this is it. Now this spool must be worth 20 quid, it's an aluminium archive spool, look at that. That'll then actually projector that. You know, one in the old house. 21 anywhere, 21, 22, 23, 23, 24, 25, 30, 30 9 bid, 31 anywhere, 31, 31 9 bid, going once, going twice, 31. The Captive, nice box, nice spools, black and white, all start me off, £15. 15 in the back, 16, 17, £17 I bid, 18 anywhere, 18, 19 anywhere, black and white, 19, 19 in the middle, 20 anywhere, £20, 21 anywhere, 21 anywhere, 20, going for 20, going once, going twice.
Come and have a look at it and ask questions and just to see what it's all about. You know, young people can come here and not really understand why a reel of film is important, but it is, because it's the history of cinema, you know, and home cinema started with this, with a projector and a film, and people used to gather around and watch these films. So now they watch a video or a DVD, have a video projector, but it all started with this.
Films are going more scarce, they're going up and up in value. I've got films that I bought for 20, 30, 40 pounds. They're worth £300 and £400 now. You know, I've just sold a film that I bought for £80 for £750. So the films are going rarer and rarer and rarer. But what's happening is now, is the projector's what's failing now, because if a projector breaks down, you can't go to Maplin's and say, can I have a new motion projector? So you've got to buy old projectors and cannibalise them and make a good amount of two. I have about 80 projectors in stock, and so my projector will never wear out. You know, I've got plenty of stock. But it is a good thing, because I actually did a film show on the beach at Southport years ago. We put a 20-foot screen up and we showed Greece, and we did it with like a drive-in movie type thing, and that was a good thing. So some people do come in, but it's a very expensive hobby, you know, and it's a big clumsy hobby, you know. You're not somebody who's just got to book a stamp, because that's all you need, but when you look in, you can see how much space it takes up, so you've got to have a bit of money behind you, and you've got to have somewhere to store the stuff.
As a history of home cinema, going from the early days of 9.5mm through 8mm and Super 8mm, people need to understand where it's come from and what it's done. Without this, there's no video, there's no smartphone cameras, video cameras. This is the beginning of it all.
I would say it's a chance to experience a side of film production and film entertainment that it's rooted in a domestic sort of setting, in the sense that a lot of the Super 8 prints that you'll see on sale were ones that were produced for domestic viewing, many of them before home video took off, at a time when, if you wanted to have some home entertainment, Super 8 would be the main medium. So it has a kind of retro charm, going back to an era where you could see things on film projectors that make sense. You don't have to have in-depth electronics knowledge to understand what you're seeing. There's a certain transparency that extends to the format. And also with the 16mm prints on sale, most of those weren't produced for sale, but they go back to an era where you would have documentaries of all kinds, as well as feature films in libraries that people can hire. And so it does have a certain retro charm, but also it's a chance to see that film has certain aesthetic qualities that are unique and are still being celebrated by directors like Christopher Nolan and Quentin Tarantino, who are making sure that not only do they shoot their films on film, they're even released, at least to some extent, on film via 70mm and 35mm releases. So film isn't dead. I would argue film is the new vinyl. And we're at the start of an era where I hope increasingly younger people will see that it has special qualities that are worth appreciating. And at an event like this, you can even pick up projectors as well as the films themselves.
If you're interested in films, this is a great weekend. Yeah. Anyone who comes here always wants to come back. A lot of these guys have been coming for years and years, literally over 30 years. I would say a good majority of them have been coming for at least 20 years.
I think it's the best film fair in the country. There's two down London that's nearly good enough, but I think this is the best film fair in the country. Depends what they're interested in. Some people's interested in 8mm, some people's interested in 16mm, some people's interested in 35mm, and you can find a bit of everything here. There's something for everybody.
They'd have to be interested in film or cameras, or sometimes models like these, like these things, It's anything film related. Posters, there's people selling posters, see people selling DVDs. It's basically everything for different generations. Because some generations don't have a cine projector, but they might have a DVD projector. So they're looking for DVDs, unusual ones. Because in these types of places, you get the one-offs, the one-off things.
A lot of people are interested in film and cinema, but they are probably tired of the old DVDs and Blu-rays, which isn't a collector's market, it's a hoarder's market. And if you want something that's really unusual, the only way to find that is on real movie film. I think that if you are interested in the highways and the byways of film and having a look at those and seeing something unusual, then this is the place to come. I want to sell you things that your friends are going to turn around to you and say, where did you get that from? Because that's what we sell.
I think it's a great thing because it's very well organised, very professional, and it's easy access because we have a good transport network in the northwest, so across the country. So when I was a boy, I used to travel from Kent to Blackpool for film events, so I'm quite used to travelling. It's a great place. The Hilton Hotel is an excellent venue, and the organised do a great job with this film event, so it's a really good, positive event. There's really something for everybody. That's what I like about it. And the organisers do this so professionally. I know coming to this event as a dealer, selling my bits and pieces, that when I come to that door to unload, somebody's there to welcome you. And if you need a lift, if you're a little bit older than me, if you need a lift, you're going to get one with all your bits and pieces. So it's great, yeah. And there's plenty of room in this room as well.
Come to it, because you never know what you're going to find, and you meet a cracking group of people. It is a place where there's no, I'm going to say, aloofness. Everybody's on an equal pair. You know, come, you feel at home.